Hi, I'm Dr. Diogo Alves, and first, thank you for downloading SmileFy. It's a great software for you to create your own dental mock-ups, create facial analysis as part of your treatment plan, especially in the cosmetic cases. So today here, I will walk you through the software, and we will also practice a 3D design. Okay? The software is available in 3 devices on your iPhone, iPad, and MacBook. So if you are using the iPad version, you can also change the screen to a landscape mode, okay? So this is only for iPad users, okay? If you're using your MacBook, it's already on a landscape, and if you're using the iPhone, it's always going to be on a portrait mode. So just over here, go here to menu, which is on the top left corner, all right? And then down here where you see account, you tap on account and then go here to change orientation. Let's change it to landscape. And now you have your SmileFy iPad version on a landscape mode. Okay, it's just like easier for you to find the buttons and easier for you to maneuver the software. Do not forget to save changes. So it's right over here at the bottom. And that's it for this, okay? Now let's go over here back to menu. It's on the top left corner. And now you will find your patients here under new patients. All right, as you can see here, we have different options for you to design. But since you are on a trial experience, let's click over here and try me. All right, so it's right over here at the bottom. And then here you will find different designs for you to create. Okay, so the Try Me 3D, for example, is the one that we will be practicing in a couple of seconds. But over here in 2D, you can also practice smile simulations. You just take a picture of a patient and you start designing. And then over here, we have the 3D smile simulation, which is also just a picture and the smile simulation before edentulous patients. All right. Let's focus over here on 3D. So click in Try Me 3D, and you are going to tap over here in Example. All right, so as you can see, to create an upper mock-up, for example, all you will need, it's a photo of your patient and an intraoral scan. All right, just make sure that you take like the right picture. We have all tutorials explaining how to take the proper picture with lighting, like set up your office for that, as well as to take the right intraoral scanning without any extra artifacts. All right, so we're not going to be focusing here on how to calibrate because I want you to go to the 3D design itself. But just so you know, when you tap next, the following stage will be like the file calibration. Okay, these are mandatory steps for you to tell the software where you want to position the future dental mock-up. So let's go over here and continue. And if you want to learn the software, like these parts as well as the calibration parts, we have full tutorials for you to learn. But what I wanted to pay attention to right now is the workflow itself, right? So let's tap on Next. And in this stage, you will be able to select a different teeth template, select different kinds of dental wax-ups that you want to print. Okay, right here, as you can see, we have multi-layers of different types of dental wax-ups, and this is because we want you to see the different versions of wax-ups that you can create. But if I go over here, for example, in 3D layers, so I want you to tap here on 3D layers, you will find several different designs over here. So over here, if you go to generated objects, for example, you can use the slider all the way to the left side, okay? And then over here, you will start to find different wax-ups that are already here. So as you can see here, we have one. So here's another dental wax-up. This is a third wax-up, okay? And then this is a dental shell. The reason why we have it all here is to show you that you can design and export multiple dental wax-ups Okay, so you don't have to start from scratch. You can simply create your first version, then make some modifications, and then export as many versions as you would like. For you to create or make your own edits, because we want you to practice or we want you to explore the software, over here on the top left corner, we have a drop down menu. So if you tap here, you will find workflow for mockup and shells. Shells are those like very thin veneer layers, like little temps that you can print and place over the patient's teeth. Composite veneers as well. And then we have the implant bridge, which is not the focus of this tutorial here, but you can also create that. Let me focus, for example, here on mockup and shells, right? So once you select the workflow over here on the top, all you have to do is to follow the steps. So if I click on templates, for example, the templates will automatically appear, and you can hover your finger or your Apple Pencil or your mouse up, and you will find the other teeth templates. For you to select them, simply tap on the name of it. Right now, I'm selecting an F08. And if you got like a little pop-up message saying that you will be going to alter the design, it's fine. Just simply hit OK, because you're now just like changing the design itself because you are exploring it. So here we have different teeth formats for you to choose. All those teeth, they are replicated into final restorations. You can also export just the teeth design itself, just those teeth templates, and send it to your lab if they want to continue the workflow, for example. Then over here, if we go to the next stage, we have tools. And tools simply means that if you tap in one of those teeth, so for example here I'm selecting these central, for example, you will be able to use these commands that you see here. For example, I'm pressing buccal. So notice that the teeth now is going more buccal. Or I'm pressing lingual, and the teeth now is going more lingual. Okay, or mesial, or distal. Okay. You can also rotate the tooth. So for example, over here, I'm going to rotate. See that I'm using the button. Rotation is this red arrowed button. And you can also change its height simply by pressing on the plus sign. And over here, you'll be able to change the height of this lateral or the central, for example, as well as the width and depth. Of course, there are many other features for you to work on. So that's why we have the tutorials. So if you look over here on the top, right over here, you tap in this button called info. All right, so once it's turned on, notice that a little icon will appear, and if you tap on this icon, a little video will start to play for you to learn more on how this works. If you want to simulate this case, simply tap over here at the bottom, okay? And you'll be able to simulate the teeth on the patient's face. All right, this is for you to have a better idea if your design is following the patient's facial structures. Which leads me to actually the next step over here, which is called smile analysis. So in this smile analysis, you are able to take some measurements of the patient's teeth, for example. You go over here under measurement, and you now will see the teeth design kind of like see-through. And if you tap on one end and then tap with your finger or with your Apple Pencil on the other end, you'll be able to measure the design that you are creating. Okay. Still in smile analysis, where you can do the smile facial analysis, you can also tap over here under facial flow, where it will guide you towards the dental facial proportions of the patient's face. Okay. A mesh editor, for those who already are familiar with the 3D dental workflow, you know that this mesh editor is where you can literally do like freehand adjustments onto your design. All right. There is a video where you can explore all that, and that will show you how to work. Simply tap over here right next to brushes, and you will learn how to work with the mesh editor. To activate the mesh editor, simply tap in one of these brushes, which are over here. You have inflate, flatten, deform, and it's all explained in the tutorial. And to export your case, you simply go over here to CAD preset and you select the type of walk-up that you want. All right, so for example, if you want to do a mock-up, you simply tap mock-up, and then it will automatically create the print-ready mock-up for you. All right, well, so thank you for watching this video, and if you have any further questions, simply contact academy@smilefy.com and someone will be able to further help you with anything that you need, maybe with a workflow that you currently have in your practice. We can also book a live demo session so you can talk to our specialists and they can guide you on how to also implement this software and this workflow in your dental practice.